Welcome to another installment of, what the hell's this name of this show? Is it? Wait a minute, let me think. Outside the Ring.
That's it.
That's it.
That's right.
That's right. We're back, bitches.
It's been a while.
It has been a while. And I've already used our first beat button of the night in like 2 seconds into the show. I'm the one, the only Jason.
Hey!
Yeah, baby! I waited about a month and a half to say that, by the way.
Still haven't lost that.
That's right. No DDP yoga for me, bitches.
Oh, jeez.
That's right. Murphy. Alongside the one, the only Troy Stone Cold.
I would not mind giving DDP yoga a try. I mean,
it works wonders for Chris Jericho.
What it can do.
Chris Jericho and X-Pac apparently are on DDP yoga.
So is Scott Hall.
Hey, yo. Hey, and let me tell you something. If Scott Hall can do DDP yoga, anybody can do DDP yoga.
Yeah.
The new Pope can do DDP yoga.
The hard part is getting Scott Hall to show up to the class.
You said it, not me. Apparently, Jake the Snake is doing DDP yoga.
Last I heard he is. I don't know if he went through with it or not.
If you give him some weed, I bet you he'll be there.
Yeah.
Let me see. This is the hard part. Outside the Ring on Facebook, Outside the Ring with the number 1 on Twitter, and then our email. I did it. Look at that.
Outside the Ring 316 at gmail.com.
Yes.
Is that right?
That is exactly right.
Yeah.
If not, we're not,
remembered.
Yeah. What the hell? We haven't done one of these in about a month and a half. The people have spoken. They wanted us to come out of our caves, wherever we're hiding out in, with Tupac and Elvis. So we figure, what the hell? Let's do one of these because Troy, let's see. The last time we did one was after the Rumble. Yeah, we did one after the Rumble because we were complaining about John Cena winning.
Yeah.
And then we took about a month and a half off, and we're like 3 weeks, I think, away from Mania.
Yes, April 7th.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the highest, how pumped up are you for Mania 29?
7.
Yeah. A 7? Okay, 7. Well, that's not bad, actually. I mean, 7's kind of high.
I mean, the one thing that's really getting me is, last year was supposed to be the once-in-a-lifetime match.
Yep.
And we're doing it again this year.
Yep.
Only difference is the title's on the line.
Yep.
And Cena's going to win.
Ugh. Okay. Here's my... If you're going to ask me the same question, the scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably go with you. I'm about a 7 and maybe an 8, and that's being nice. Here's what I think. Honestly, I think Mania this year is actually going to be okay. I don't think it's going to be... I'm not like one of these...
Well, I'm not...
Like fans on the internet that's saying it sucks.
Terrible.
No.
But, I mean...
I think they've done an okay job with Lesnar and Triple H. At first, I was like, really? We don't want to see this again? But that brawl they had about 2 weeks ago, I want to say, on Raw, where Brock got busted open. Dude, it sold the entire feud. Yep. To me, it just added so much more hatred, and that's why we want blood in wrestling again. Hello, because it does.
Yeah, and again, we're not saying have blood in every match.
No,
and that just
no, we don't need blood in every match. No, but it did bring a lot more to the feud. Where now I'm thinking they're gonna have a stipulation like they announced on Raw Monday. So I'm hoping and praying it's maybe like a street fight. I don't want to see another Hell in a Cell.
It probably will be either like a street fight or no holds barred, whatever.
And I think this one will actually be good because we don't need to see a 5-star classic with these two. They're not going to give us that.
Yeah, we're not going to get that.
They need to give us just a
flat-out fight.
Yeah, a fight. I want to see blood. I want to see this match given some time. I want to see something. I don't know what they're going to do. Maybe Triple H's career is going to be on the line in this one because Lesnar.
Yeah.
I don't know. Something big is going to happen in this. There's got to be a payoff.
Oh yeah, something big has to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, if you don't have anything really big happen in this, what was the point of it?
Yeah. I am very excited about Undertaker CM Punk.
I am. I'm excited because I really think Punk is going to break the streak.
Yeah, you mentioned this on Facebook or Twitter, one of our things, and I thought about it, and I said, you know what? I don't think it'll ever happen, but you're not alone when you say that, because a lot of people that are like big-time people that say, well, the streak's never going to end, now they're saying a different tune where they're like, wait a minute, this actually might end.
Yeah, exactly. Because, I mean, there's been rumors flying that Taker wants Punk to end it.
Is that amazing to me? Isn't that like the ultimate rub?
No, that has got to be like the biggest rub that anybody could get in the WWE.
That is the ultimate.
Other than going over Triple H clean.
Yeah, back especially in his heyday. Yeah. I'll tell you what, that would be the most ultimate rub in the history of the business if Undertaker put CM Punk over at WrestleMania clean. Yep. Well, hell, it doesn't even have to be clean. Just to end the streak is like, oh my God. Now, do you think people would take kindly to this, or do you think people would kind of riot?
If it was clean, I don't think that many people would be upset. But if he cheats to break the streak, that's when you're going to have people that are upset. That's going to be upset by it.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be the kind of hatred where if Cena would beat the Undertaker, then you would see John Cena death threats, which we don't condone. But you know, I don't know. I'm still the one guy. I don't know. I'm not alone. I know when I'm saying that I don't think this streak will ever end because hell, they put out a DVD that said 20-0, but. That's the thing. The DVD was entitled 20-0. So, would it be crazy to say that 21-0 couldn't happen? And would this be Undertaker's last match? I would think it would be if he loses.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this has got to be Taker's last match. I mean, the guy is so old, for the lack of a better term. I mean, he's got so many health problems. He's busted, basically.
Yeah, he is. And the last, good Lord. I mean, and you say the word old, and it's funny, and it's sad, but it also tells you what kind of a wrestler The Undertaker has been when the last, 4 years he's given us match of the year quality matches.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, let's be honest. He had two stellar matches at WrestleMania with Shawn Michaels. The first being probably my favorite wrestling match of all time. He had two kick-ass matches with Hunter.
See, that's the thing I don't like, though. They did the same match 2 years in a row 2 times.
Yeah, which I think this is why I'm more excited for CM Punk Undertaker.
Yeah. I mean, we've seen Punk and Taker, but never at WrestleMania.
No, we have never seen it at Mania.
That is where Undertaker always lets loose.
Now, you've said in the past...
You'll see him diving over the top rope, taking big bumps, because, that is what he is known for at WrestleMania. He lays it all on the line.
Now, you've said in the past where, and I've agreed with you, if the streak would end... What does Undertaker really have? I mean, he's had multiple title runs. I mean, maybe 5 title runs at the most?
Something like that.
I mean, granted, he's probably one of the best characters in the history of the business, if not the best character in the history of the business.
Oh, yeah.
But you've said it in the past, and I think it's 100% reality. If he loses... Yeah, it would look great for CM Punk. Hell, it would be better than This would be bigger than CM Punk's title reign, in my opinion. If he beats Undertaker at Wrestle Freaking Mania.
Oh yeah, definitely. Definitely.
What does that leave Undertaker? What in the I mean
Taker has had like 5 or 6 title reigns. None of them have been really exceptionally you won't remember them.
No. And hell, he beat the first title run when he beat Hogan, which nobody beat Hogan back in the day, and he beat Hogan. And I think it was only a month.
I mean, yes, The Undertaker does have some moments that are very, very memorable.
Yes.
Memorable. Rememberable? What is wrong with me? We haven't done this in a while. Hold on. Let me get my words straight. But no, but you got to think, he gave us the Ministry.
Yeah.
him and Shane McMahon gave us the corporate ministry.
Correct.
You know, the whole kidnapping of Stephanie McMahon.
Yes.
All that stuff.
Yep.
The higher power, which turned out to be Vince.
Yep.
I mean, Undertaker, he has given us some memorable stuff, but it's nothing that the streak overshadowed it all.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Because of just, and I'm not saying that the streak is better than any of it, but it's just how they built up the streak. I mean, the commentators always pushed on it. Oh, 20-0 at WrestleMania, blah, 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 all this. And they just kept building it up almost to where you can't do it anymore, and it's got to end.
Yeah, I think... and that's the thing, the only other guy I can see him fighting next year, if he is going to go one more year, would be John Cena. Just because...
No.
I'm just saying, if you're going to sell tickets for next year, people would be interested in that match because, you know what I mean?
It will sell tickets, but no.
It wouldn't be a great match because John's not going to be able to carry an older Undertaker, and an older Undertaker's not going to be able to carry John Cena. John can work if he's in the ring with a great wrestler. The match he had with CM Punk a few weeks ago on Raw was phenomenal. But he's got to be in the ring with someone.
You know, if Taker loses, I think that's it. Like, if he loses to Punk, that's it.
Oh yeah,
What would be the point in him and Taker continuing at WrestleMania?
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying if he beats Punk, there's really only one guy left for him to face, and it would be John. Because you could put him in the ring with The Rock. The Rock, by the way, has signed a contract that lasts another year, so Rock is going to wrestle at WrestleMania 30, which, of course, you would see that coming. And I think Brock, I don't know what his deal is.
You say that, if he beats Punk, there's only one other guy left, and that's Cena. That's not the case.
What, are you thinking, Lesnar? Yeah, but that match would be even harder to watch than Cena and Undertaker because, let's face it, Brock has gotten kind of in the ring. I mean, I'm afraid for Triple H's life, to be honest with you. I hope the last time we saw Brock in the ring, it was against Triple H, and that match was not very good.
It wasn't.
Hunter could work a match. Brock was kind of iffy, and I agree with you. I think if you're just marketing that match, it would definitely sell tickets, but I don't think we're going to see a 5-star classic. I don't think it's going to be as bad as Kane against Khali.
Oh my God!
But I don't think that match would be a good match. Now, granted, Cena had a good match with Brock, but that was because it was more like a UFC shoot fight. I mean, I think we liked that match because both guys got busted up open, and that was almost a year ago now at Extreme Rules. That was one of Cena's best matches, and it wasn't because Cena carried Brock. It was just because it was a good fight.
Yeah.
So maybe if you do Undertaker Brock street fight at Mania, sure.
Yeah. I mean, is it me or does it seem like street fights are better than most wrestling matches nowadays?
They are, which is why
you had Triple H and Brock. Again, wasn't a great match.
No.
But it was better than most wrestling matches that we get nowadays.
Yeah, but the problem with that match was, I think the first one, it wasn't based on a street fight. It was based on a regular match, and then that's why I don't think the match lived up to the hype. This one, at Mania, I'm looking forward to more because I think they are going to go with the street fight route, maybe a no-holds-barred with Triple H's career on the line. That's being booked right. I like the promo stuff with Heyman and Vince getting involved. Again, at first I was like, I really don't want to see this match again because the first one at SummerSlam was just not memorable. But they have done a good job with... I liked Hunter's mic work. I've always liked Triple H on the mic. I like how the fact that he said he needed a reason to fight again. That made sense to me. That's what I was looking for. Like, how were they going to set this match up again? He needed a reason. And they even showed video of, like, Stephanie crying over Vince. That was well done.
Yeah.
That was well done.
Oh, very, very well done. I mean, he said, his wife and his kids were crying at the bedside when Vince got attacked and all that. And I mean, I'm not one really to like bringing the family into this, into the wrestling industry. But the family here is an exception because it's already in the wrestling industry. I mean, it's Stephanie McMahon.
Yeah, and the thing is, Triple H, he can leave his COO character off screen, and he can just play kayfabe and say, like, he's just a cerebral assassin, he's just a wrestler. But smart fans, even non-smart fans, found out eventually what was going on behind the scenes, and that Triple H is now this big executive in the company. So why not just play it out on the screen like he did? Because, hell, the stuff he did with CM Punk when Punk first turned face was great stuff. You know, so why not run with it? But now the undercard for Mania, we've already talked. I mean, we'll get to Rock and Cena here in a second, but the undercard for Mania is it's shaping up a little bit. For one, I don't know what they're doing on SmackDown. I have not read the SmackDown spoilers. I would leave Mark Henry and Ryback for a Mania undercard match. That match to me, I understand Mark Henry is not a great worker. I love Mark Henry's character. He's a badass. He's the man.
He is the Shaft.
Yes.
Of WWE.
He has sold me.
He
has sold me. He is a legitimate badass. He's the world's strongest man. The way he does his character on TV, it's perfect. And I'll tell you what, go ahead.
Ryback is basically Mark Henry light.
Yeah, he is the white version of Mark Henry, but he's a face.
Yes.
And
basically, you're going to see Mark Henry fighting Mark Henry in this match.
Yeah, now, see, again, I think maybe, now, again, one of our listeners will probably say, oh, something happened on SmackDown. I have not seen SmackDown. I have not saw the spoilers, but they are doing a Ryback-Henry match on SmackDown. That's a mistake. I would book that at Mania. I mean, wouldn't you? That would be a huge mid-card, and I think people would be interested.
What they're doing is, I think they're building it up.
Okay. I hope that's a run-in or something happens.
They're going to do some matches that are probably going to go to a no contest because, they just keep beating the crap out of each other. Neither of them really go down. Yep. And I think it's going to build up to WrestleMania. And I really hope Mark Henry wins.
I do too. But personally, I wouldn't even have those two touch. I thought it was beautiful booking, Troy, when they had Ryback walking out.
Down.
Yes, and Mark Henry coming down the aisleway, and they didn't say nothing. They just looked at each other. Perfect. Don't do anything else. Don't have them talk. I even like the fact that they beat up 3MB last week, and they were trying to see who outdone each other. Perfect.
Poor Drew McIntyre, man.
I'll say
this. Got the worst of that.
Let me tell you something. I will say this. And I like Ryback. I'm not a diehard Ryback fan, but I will say this. If Ryback, some way, somehow, by hook or by crook, can get Mark Henry in the shell shock at WrestleMania, I will mark out. If he can do that...
I will be amazed because he couldn't even get Paul Heyman up for the shell shock.
Now... I'll tell you what, I've seen some incredible feats at Mania. I mean, not a big Cena fan, but when Cena lifted Big Show and Edge on his shoulders at the same time...
Hogan slamming Andre.
Yeah, with Hogan slamming Andre. This would be even bigger because the way Ryback marches around the ring, if he can get Mark Henry's ass up on his shoulders and march around the ring, I'll be shocked.
He almost has to do it from the top rope.
That would help him. Yeah, I could see that. I mean, you would have to give him a little. I didn't think Mark Henry would jump for Ryback. I don't think it would work because he's so big.
I mean, like the world's strongest slam. We've seen him do that to the Great Khali. So Mark Henry would have no problem getting Ryback up.
Right. But the smart fans are wondering in this match, they're going to be rooting for Ryback to try it. I mean, to get him, like you said, Ryback getting the world's strongest slam done to him is not going to be that impressive because, I mean, Ryback's a big man, but like you said, Khali is bigger. So it's not that big of a deal. But what do you think of the world title situation? What we have not talked since Jack Swagger has come back. We have not spoken since then. What do you think of his new character?
I'm liking it. I really am.
Yeah, at first I said, "Oh God, it's just Jack Swagger."
I'm liking it, but it's mainly because of Zeb Coulter.
Yes, agree. He's the mouthpiece.
I mean, exactly. Zeb Coulter is Jack Swagger's Jimmy Hart.
Yep.
He's his mouthpiece, because we all know Swagger isn't that great at talking.
No, and I honest to God, wish he still wouldn't talk at all. He doesn't need to talk right now, Troy. He can just stand there and look tough.
Yeah, that's all he really needs to do.
Yeah, and it ruins it almost when he comes out and he says something and he lisps. I mean, I'm not making fun of him, but it is what it is. The guy doesn't. You can't take him that serious.
It's kind of hard to see him as intimidating with that lisp.
Yeah.
I mean, again, we're not making fun of him. We're not making fun of anybody that has a lisp or anything like that. But it's hard to take somebody It's like Mike Tyson.
Yeah.
Mike Tyson has a lisp, but Mike Tyson can also knock you the hell out.
Yeah, exactly. Sure.
Mike Tyson is like an exception to this.
Yeah, exactly. That's a good point, actually. But I like the character. I dig his new music. This is what Jack Swagger needed in the worst way. The worst way. This is a prime example. We even talked about it when he was ridden off television. We talked about it. You could look back at some of the OTRs we recorded. There was one on there where we talked about this, and we even mentioned a new hairstyle, a new look, maybe a different manager, and new music, and he got everything we asked for.
You know, you say that Jack Swagger needed this. Yes, he did. But one thing that he didn't need was to be caught intoxicated.
Yeah.
With pot in his car.
Yeah, how about that? The guy gets the biggest push of his career, and a week later, he gets in trouble.
He's leaving a SmackDown event, and he apparently had been drinking, and he had marijuana in his car. Now, they haven't punished him yet, and I'm thinking his punishment is going to come at WrestleMania.
He's going to lose.
He's either not going to win, or he will win, and Ziggler is going to cash in the Money in the Bank on him.
Ooh. And now, in some ways, would turn Ziggler into a face. Because Dolph has been on quite the losing streak. He won finally. He beat Daniel Bryan on Raw, but I think that was his first win in like a month.
Yeah, and one thing with Ziggler cashing it in on Swagger, I'm tired of seeing Alberto Del Rio as the heavyweight champion.
Yeah, I think it's ran its course a little bit.
It's not that I don't like Del Rio.
Yeah.
It's just that he's not that great anymore. He's better as a heel.
Yeah, I've said this before, and I've said this again, and I'll say this multiple times. I'm not even hating on the fact that he's a face, Troy. Heels are better with the gold. When a champion, to the endless times. Back in the day, even in the 80s when Hogan ran the world with the world title, it ran stale. It was always better to see Hogan win the belt than to lose it. And my point is, if you have a champion as a heel, you're going to want the babyface to win the belt from the heel. And we just, The Rock is the exception to the rule right now because it was a nostalgic factor with The Rock. Because, my God, 10 years, The Rock comes back and wins the world title. That was cool. But the issue is, Del Rio being world champion, we obviously know what was going on. It was to sell to Mexico, the Lucha Libre, all that stuff. We get it. Smart business move. But, yeah, it's run its course, and I would love to see a big-time heel with the gold and maybe have Alberto chase him or Sheamus or whoever.
Yep. Well, see, the thing that I like about Swagger winning and Ziggler cashing it in on him, Del Rio would not get a rematch.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, that would, again, I'm not saying that I don't like Del Rio. I just don't want to see the title on him. Yeah. And this would make sure that the title is not on him.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be interesting. I think all smart fans are probably thinking right now that Dolph is going to cash in at Mania. I would think so, but they play with our minds so much. I mean, my goodness, he's had the briefcase now. He has probably been the longest briefcase holder since Edge.
Oh yeah,
the first time.
Yep, and I have even said it to my friends. At one point in time, I really thought Dolph Ziggler. I thought his contract was going to expire.
Yeah, wouldn't that be something?
It for so long.
Yeah. And what do you do with Dolph in Mania? Do you have him fight like Jericho? I mean, if they seem like they're setting up Jericho in the IC picture with the IC title with Wade Barrett and The Miz.
Yeah, that I don't get that.
I don't know what they're doing with Jericho. You brought him back to feud for the IC title?
Well, Jericho's really not even there right now. I mean, he's out doing his little...
Well, he was on Raw.
Touring with Fozzy.
He was on Raw, though.
That's true.
This past week, and he did the thing with Miz on the highlight reel, and then they had Wade Barrett come out, and now they're setting up this triple threat scenario on Raw this week.
I don't know where they're going with that.
I don't know what they're doing. I mean, I guess you could go with Wade Barrett and The Miz at Mania. You got to start... The thing about Mania is they try to get as many guys on the show as possible for the payday. It's a 4-hour show. It's the biggest show of the year. They try their hardest to get as many dudes on the show as possible. So you're gonna see a lot of 6-man tags. You're gonna see probably some celebrities get involved, I would think. I don't know what they're going to do with the mid. This is going to sell them. Has to sell Mania. What are you going to do on the mid card level for the show? Because the top card is okay. I mean, I'm not pumped for Cena Rock, but I am interested to see how they're gonna pull it off. Because my buddy made a good friend.
Cena Rock. Really, all this is another passing of the torch.
And it sucks because Cena doesn't need it.
He doesn't. No, Cena does not need this in the least.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing. The thing to me, and why I say Cena doesn't need it, it's not just because I hate John. The thing is, when Hogan passed the torch to The Rock only had the title 4 or 5 times, maybe 6 at the most. The Rock was still in his prime. He was relevant. He was still there every week. Now, I get it. Cena's there every week. I get it. Okay. Here's the problem. Cena's had the belt 10 times. Okay? He's almost 1 more title or 2 more titles, and he's already tied Triple H. I mean, think about that for a second.
It's ridiculous.
It is. Here's the thing. That's the problem I have with it, where Cena does not need the world. The guys that need the belt right now are your guys that you're still trying to build up. The new main eventers like Dolph Ziggler, guys like that, Jack Swagger even, or guys like even Randy Orton. Randy doesn't even need the belt.
Ziggler, The Miz, Swagger,
Daniel Bryan,
Antonio Cesaro, Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, exactly. Those are the type guys. Like I said,
don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean, Sheamus even for another run. He's still young. You got guys that can
he's
go.
only had the title like three or four times.
Yeah, 3 or 4 times. So why not give guys like that a shot? Just have John do what Triple H does. Don't have him work as much. Take him away off television for a little while, and just have him feud in stuff that that doesn't need title stuff. You
know why they won't do that? Because it'll hurt their money game.
Now, granted, Raw's ratings. If you look at Raw's ratings when Cena has the belt, for whatever reason, the ratings are good. I don't know why. It's got to be the kid factor. Look, you know what I'm going to say. You know exactly what I'm going to say. I'm fine with Cena winning under one condition. Everybody, if he turns heel. Go ahead. Now, I know that's not going to happen. I get it because they're stupid. I told you in the past, we've talked, that they would do the same. Cena would sell more adult merchandise if he turned heel. Guarantee you. It worked with every big star in the past. Hogan, I don't give a crap. You say it can't work. Go look at your research. Hogan was the biggest babyface of all time. He sold more merchandise. He did charity work. He did all that. Then they turned him heel, and it changed the business. And guess what happened to the ratings? They went through the roof.
Yep, exactly. Because they wanted to see what they were doing with Hogan.
And if you're a fan a smart fan, wouldn't you turn into Raw the next night and say, oh my God, what are they going to do with John?
In a heartbeat.
I would be so interested in Cena, I would not believe I wouldn't know what to do with myself. I'd be like, oh my God, this is it would be the biggest heel turn since Hogan, by far.
Oh yeah. Oh,
I mean,
easily the biggest heel turn since Hogan.
Stone Cold turning heel and siding with Vince was big. It would overshadow that just because of the fact that it's Super Cena.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I don't even have a problem with the fact that John can't work anymore. I'm so freaking past that. I can't stand the character. It's the same garbage. And deep down, John Cena himself, you know, he grew up a wrestling fan. He knows it. He gets it. He's a smart business guy. Yep. He even has to know deep down, God, I need to change my character. This is terrible.
Yeah.
He's got to.
He has to.
Yeah. He can't be that naive and not realize that.
One thing that I still don't get is Cena saying that the loss to The Rock last year sent his life into a downward spiral.
Oh, let's talk about that for a second, because the promo they ran on Raw where they showed like TMZ footage of Cena getting a divorce.
Basically, Cena blamed The Rock for his divorce.
Oh God. I did not like how they wrote
that.
I don't like how they wrote that into the storyline. I hated that.
No, terrible. That is completely stupid.
Because he lost to the... I like the fact that Cena had a terrible year last year.
Honestly, all that was a very, very failed attempt at getting the little kids to hate The Rock.
Yes, it was. I think... I did like the promo that they had on Raw 2 weeks ago where they were in the ring up until Cena cracked that stupid Mike Tyson joke, which was so dumb. I love the fact that The Rock called out Lance Armstrong and said Cena was full of crap just like Lance Armstrong. That was beautiful. That was gorgeous. But I thought the promo they had on Raw, for what it was money. It was a good promo. I loved how they were serious. Nobody was joking. They were very serious. You could tell that they...
Yeah, which is a big change-up for Cena.
Yeah.
Because normally he's throwing around the, fudging mustard, bologna, all this stupid
even
BS.
Trying to be relevant and mentioning Call of Duty like he did that one promo, which I was like, are you kidding me? Really? You went there? But that was cool. They were it was a money promo, like John Cena and The Rock or not, whatever. It was a good promo for the main event of WrestleMania. Both guys were serious to the point. I'm not interested in the match as I am in the ending. I think something has... Here's what my buddy said. He made a great point. He said, if Cena wins, there's going to be so much hatred. I wouldn't be shocked if stuff gets thrown into the ring when he wins.
Oh, I wouldn't be surprised either.
What city are they in, Troy, for WrestleMania? New freaking York.
Ugh.
I mean, this is not a John Cena crowd, Troy.
No.
This is going to be more hostile.
It could be worse is if they had it in Philadelphia.
Yes, exactly. No, that's right.
With the one-night stand stuff.
Damn right. Listen, this is going to be pure hatred for John Cena when he wins. If he wins clean, that's why I'm saying I think if they would turn him heel, this is the perfect, Troy. We have seen setups before where John, with Nexus and all that stuff. This is the most opportune time to turn John Cena heel, have him screw The Rock, and then you can have a Cena Rock 3 next year at Mania with Cena being the number one bad guy in the business. You can set, and I would be fine with Rock Cena 3 only if John's a heel. You could build it up for a year, and Rock could say, you took everything away from me. You took my title away from me. You screwed me, John. Well, guess what? Payback is a you-know-what, and he tries to get it next year at WrestleMania. It doesn't have to be for the belt next year. It could just be for a grudge match.
Yeah, just a straight-out street fight, just a brawl.
Yeah.
Just the be-all, end-all match.
Smart writers would totally, like you mentioned, okay, Rock took everything away from him, the whole divorce thing. That's why John has to cheat, because he knows he can't beat The Rock. It's perfect. It makes perfect sense. Now, will they do it? Hell no. Probably not.
No, of course not.
I mean, Rock's going to probably freaking tap out, which is going to be a joke and a half. You know.
It wouldn't be that bad if Cena knew how to put the STF on properly.
Well, that's a whole nother story.
Yeah. I hate the way that man does that move.
Me too. But we are running out of time. We are going to do another show before Mania because by then I think hopefully a week before Mania they actually have a card.
Hopefully more of the card will be fleshed out by then.
You would hope so.
Yeah, like we'll get more of the undercard matches,
which is what we need. Yeah, we need to find
stone.
Yeah. But again, let us know your thoughts. Comment below. Are you looking forward to Mania? Are you going to buy Mania? I think most people are going to get together with friends and do it. Like I do it every year.
That's what I'm going to do.
I mean, I don't think anybody's going to just skip out on Mania because it's Mania. You're going to say you're going to skip out.
Yeah, but even if the card looks like utter crap, it's almost like you have an obligation to watch it.
It's like the Super Bowl.
It's the biggest show of the year.
It's the Super Bowl. If you're not satisfied with the teams that are playing the game, you're still going to watch because of the commercials and everything else. Mania is the same way.
Yeah.
By the way, and I know we're running out of time. What do you think of the new belt?
I hate it.
What in the world were they thinking?
I hate it.
I mean,
it looks like something that should be on the front of my car.
Yeah, and I know people were blaming The Rock because he was the one that came out with it or whatever. Shut up. This was being created while CM Punk was the champion.
This has been in the works for quite a while.
Yeah.
I mean, somebody even posted, and this was a year and a half ago, posted a picture of the guy who was making the belt actually cutting the belt out of metal.
It took him this long.
Belt was going to look like, a year and a half ago.
It took him this long to make something that looks like poop.
I think it's not that. It's just that it took them this long to find the right time to debut it.
Yeah, I know. I was so pumped when I saw The Rock come down in the ring and I saw this stand in the ring with a cover with a sheet on it. I said, "Oh my god, it's a new title!" I was so excited, and then when he pulled it off, I was like, Really? I mean,
like I said, I knew what was coming, so I was like, "Oh, great! Here comes this."
Yeah, you kind of knew, but
and it was it.
Now I'll say this: maybe it's gonna
spinner belt,
right,
because it's not.
Right.
I mean, the spinner belt looks like a toy.
Yeah.
And The Rock even said that,
He spun
a belt is supposed to be prestigious.
Right.
It shouldn't look like a toy.
And
it shouldn't look like a damn hood ornament either.
Couldn't they have just made it more modernized version of the Eagle belt like Hogan used to wear?
That, I would have even accepted them bringing back the Undisputed title, but just kind of working it around, like redoing it.
Mm-hmm.
There was actually, I read somewhere, there was the original plans for the new belt was supposed to be a gold center plate with a holographic eagle holding the WWE logo in its talons.
Really?
Now that would have been freaking awesome.
I would have been cool with that. I would have been totally.
This new belt is just, like I said, it looks like I should have it on my car.
Yeah.
It shouldn't be over someone's shoulder.
Yeah.
Although the one thing that I do like about the new belt is the personalized side plates.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen it or not, but The Rock has the Brahma Bull on either side.
I do like
the center
that.
Plate.
No, I think if Cena wins, what they'll probably do is just they'll take those out and just do the WWE.
That or either that or they'll have like his little C Nation logo,
probably.
Whatever.
Probably. But then that's going to be like, well, is every champion going to have their own logo on there? If Randy wins, is he going to have a snake?
They could. I mean, Sheamus, you could do like a 4-leaf clover or something.
I guess you could. Yeah, I guess that's kind of different.
I don't know.
That doesn't. Yeah, I like that. I did like that because it was almost like, and a lot of people don't remember this, but The Rock was actually supposed to have the Brahma Bull World Championship that never debuted.
Never debuted it.
And this is like a way, hey, Rock, sorry about our mess up back in the day. Here you go.
Really.
I mean, hello. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens with Mania, and we will have like the week before Mania, the week leading into Mania. We are going to do a show, and then hopefully after Mania, we'll see what we can do then too. So, without further ado, We'll see you sometime in the near future.
Sometime.
Hopefully, if we're both living. In another installment of Outside the Ring.
Deuces.